injury, and the performer. So what causes a pulled hamstring? There are primary causes to a hamstring strain, which are the most obvious reasons for the injury, which may include poor timing intermuscular coordination and eccentric strength, lack of stiffness and eccentric strength during ground contact, previous hamstring strain or injury. Then there are secondary causes, which consist of poor running mechanics, improper warm-ups, inappropriate training loads, fatigue, playing surfaces. Injury sustained. Rio has most likely pulled his hamstring during the aerial challenge, hence why he heard a popping sound and why he had bruising around the site of the injury. A pulled hamstring means that there is a sudden pain, which is why Rio pulled out of the challenge instantly and can also be painful when bending his knee and hip. The symptoms that come along with a pulled hamstring include swelling, tenderness, and severe pain. The affected person will also find it difficult to walk around and will most likely be limping, or once seen by a doctor, they may need crutches to assist their mobility. So what is a pulled hamstring? A pulled hamstring is a strain of one or more of the hamstring muscles. When a hamstring muscle is pulled, the muscle fibers are stretched, and depending on the severity of the stretch, the muscle can tear, hence why many people hear a popping sound, which in this case was Rio's situation. With a grade 2 hamstring strain, your walking pattern will be affected, which will cause limping, bruising, and pain during other activities, hence why there will be a long rest. Physiological responses. As soon as an injury takes place, the body responds in a number of ways. Damage to body tissue initiates the primary damage response mechanism. The two main signs and symptoms are pain and inflammation. Intermuscular hematoma occurs, which is where bleeding occurs within the compartment of the muscle but doesn't seep into the surrounding tissue. Intramuscular hematoma is where blood escapes in the surrounding tissue, for example, different muscle compartments. Edema happens when your small blood vessels become leaky and release fluid into nearby tissues. This extra fluid builds up, which makes the tissue swell, hence why Rio has bruising around his injury site. There are many different preventative measures. Completing a thorough general body warm-up, which includes sport-specific muscle stretching as well as sport-specific skill drills, including appropriate speed work in training programs so the hamstring muscles are capable of sustaining high acceleration forces, maintaining high levels of cardiovascular fitness and muscular endurance to prevent fatigue, stretching and cooling down after every training session and competition, including stretching and strengthening exercises in weekly training programs, undertaking training prior to competition to ensure readiness to play, gradually increasing the intensity and duration of training during training sessions, allowing adequate recovery time between workouts or training sessions, wearing the right protective equipment, including footwear and shin pads, checking the sporting environment for hazards, drinking water before, during, and after play to increase hydration, and avoiding activities that can cause pain. If pain does occur, discontinuing the activity immediately and commencing RICE. There are many psychological responses that occur during an injury. Since Rio is a young man and pushing for the first team, he must have been excited for his opportunity to break through the reserves and make his debut for the first team on Saturday. He must be feeling frustrated and annoyed because he won't get the chance that he wanted. Rio may experience a lack of confidence and he may believe that his injury has ruined his opportunity to play first team football. This can be detrimental to an athlete's career at any stage. Rio will also be worried for his fitness and will be anxious for the injury to reoccur. Also, he may experience a need for motivation. This is because his aim was to play for first team, but his chance was taken from him. Therefore, he may find that he doesn't want to play or get back to the same motivational level that he was at before. Rio will also be experiencing anxiety as he will worry about whether he will be fit in time for the first team game or if his recovery will be delayed or injury will reoccur.